What's good, family? Hey, as far as the individual that's going through all this stuff, you know what I'm saying, with the targeting, the organized crime, the flying, all that stuff, man, essentially what it comes down to is we all use each other for what we want. Like, we all are selfish in our own ways, right? Some people are genuine, like, really don't want anything to help people out, but in this situation, when you have people that's trying to, control your narrative and want you to do certain things, that they think is best for you. The best way to look at it, or to go down the road that you want to go down, or have the best mindset to accomplish the thing that you want to achieve um, within this game that they're playing, within this construct, is to ask yourself, how do you want to be used to get to where you want to go? Because that's what it's going to take, right? It's going to take people they're going to want to use you, but essentially it's going to help you out. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get to a point where people will be using you, but it's going to be somewhat mutual or beneficial for both parties, right? Because in the beginning, it was only beneficial for people, like when I was around um, certain people that I knew in my past life, right? Friends, family, people that's attached to whatever. They would try to box me into a certain narrative, and this is whether they knew it or not, that benefited mainly for them, and they'll try to tell me what to do, how they think I should live. That that continues or justifies the reality that they have been living in, right? Because if I do certain things, then it's going to force them to, deal with those things that they do not like about themselves, right? That's what they do. They project onto us, right? So that's why I say, ask yourself, how do you want to be used? That's why I left my area where I was from, right? I left my area to go to a place where I would want to be used in a way where I can get what I want, right? So I can live the life that I want to live, right? And that's what it takes, though, especially when you start over, when you start new, and once you start finding yourself becoming your most authentic person, you start to, like I say, know who you are, know what you like. And then the individuals, especially during these trials, these tests, individuals will start noticing who you are, what you are, right? And they'll see you for who you know what I'm saying. They'll see you, right? They won't see the person who they want you to be, their projections. They'll see you exactly who you are and what you become, right? And we have to look at it in a way where, okay, how can I help individuals out, but also, what do I want to see within this world? Ask yourself that first. What do you want within what do you want to see this world? Like, how do you want your reality to look like? What's the ideal heaven that you want to bring down here on earth to look like, right? And then start observing. Act like you already have it, and start observing. And then ask yourself, how can I help others, and how can others use me with my gifts, right? Ask yourself that out loud. You know what I mean? And then you start seeing um, things start happening for you, right? And it's not gonna be easy, man. Let me tell you, I got so upset the other day, right? And I believe it some stuff started rolling for me out of grace, right? Because people have been using me. I'm like, why is this happening? Why is this roadblock? And I understand, like, I look at it like a lot of these roadblocks is just redirection too, because a lot of people are planted in your environment. Um, a lot of people, like I said, are flying monkeys. They are strategically put into your environment to either they'll comment certain things within your reality that will help them out or their environment out. Like when I was in the Goodwill, there was some conversations that was strategically said, because if you think about it, you are the universe. You are one with everything around you, even if it is coerced. That's another version of you, right? So that's the way you have to look at it. And it's not, like I say, it's not easy in the beginning. It's very difficult. You start asking yourself, like, why are these people doing this, right? You know, because a lot of people are unconscious to what they're doing, and a lot, and you know, with the narcissist that got you into this little charade is controlling the narrative. So people look at it like game with like the Hunger Games. You got people in the control room, and they're putting obstacles in your way to see how you react to them. But eventually you will get to the finish line. Like it's just gonna take a lot of redirections. You're gonna take a lot of cuts, right? I'm saying I cut myself. Um, Bruises, you know, I've fallen so many times, physically, mentally, and emotionally. But you know, you just gotta keep on getting back up, because things will get better. There's always that light at the end of the tunnel. The thing is, sometimes you can't see that light until you just keep on stepping. So sometimes you got to keep stepping in the darkness for you around to feel the warmth, which will lead you to the light, right? So ask yourself, how can I help others out? Because first of all, you already have a genuine heart, so you really don't have to ask yourself that though. But how do you want to be used to get what you want, right? Like I said, because we all get used in some way, some for good and some for not so good. But how do you want to be used to get what you want, right? How can the Most High use you to put you in rooms where you can be able to flourish and be loved by like-minded individuals that see the greatness that's in you, that's within you? Ask yourself that. How do you want to be used?